consciousness of being just a father of one child into that consciousness of a doctor. So whom will he remember? He'll remember the hospital, he'll remember the patients, he'll remember the operations that he has to perform, he'll remember the treatments that he has to give to which patient. So his thoughts are functioning according to the consciousness that he is having. If at that moment his mother tells him, when you come back from the hospital, you bring this much of things from the market, he would say yes. But because his mind is engaged in that consciousness related activities, he does not remember. And when he comes home empty handed, his mother asks him, I told you and you forgot again. So he says, why can't you go and get it yourself when you know I'm going to forget? But why is he forgetting? Because when he is listening to that which is told to him, he is not in the consciousness of a householder. He is in the consciousness of a doctor. So he remembers medicines, he remembers hospital, he remembers treatments, he remembers patients, he remembers operations. That is what he is remembering, because he is in that consciousness. So similarly, if I want to remember God, and if I am in this body consciousness, I am so and so, doing such and such things, I can never stabilize my mind and intellect in the Supreme. In order to stabilize my mind and intellect in the remembrance of the Supreme, I have to change my consciousness from body consciousness to soul consciousness. The moment I am body conscious, I'll remember those activities concerned with the body. Or I may remember the bodily beings, my parents, my father, mother, brothers, sisters, my friends, whatever. So that is what we call as body conscious. And when the body consciousness is there, then the vices also are there. Because body consciousness is the root cause or the doorway for all the vices to enter. When I am body consciousness, I remember the bodily beings, that means the attachment comes. When I am body conscious, I remember about my business maybe, so the greed comes. When I am body conscious and I remember my position, the ego comes. So this is how it is the doorway for all the vices to come in. That is why Supreme advises Arjuna, be soul conscious. Because when we become soul conscious and I am aware of my eternal attributes, I become that form and I stabilize my mind and intellect easily in the remembrance of the Supreme. So he says that the one who is the embodiment of yoga and his heart filled with the special loveful feelings for God. When I am soul conscious, I am the embodiment of love, which is the eternal quality of the soul. So natural, special, loveful feelings emerge for the Supreme. He gets his intellect stabilized in the point form that I am a soul. The Supreme is also a point, Sukshmate Sukshma, and I am also a point of light. In the middle of my forehead, and chants Om. As I mentioned, Om means I am that. What? I am that divine soul. I am not God. I am the child of God. I am the eternal soul. So, that is what I stabilize in and practice to remain in my constant remembrance. He will be liberated from all sorrows in the end time and attain divinity and the highest success. His life becomes a fulfilled life, accomplished life in spirituality. And he has the greatest contentment from within. He feels as if he has used his life in a worthwhile way. And he is satisfied with the quality of life that he has lived. That is his stage, when he is soul conscious and when his mind is able to stabilize in that remembrance of the Supreme. And then he says the 4 ages. Now he is describing of the day of Brahma and night of Brahma. So he says the 4 ages. Today we saw in the morning the 4 ages. Golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age. Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga. They form one kalpa. All the 4 ages, they form one kalpa. Golden and silver ages, Kriti Yuga and Treta Yuga. Satyuga, Treta Yuga are the day of Brahma. These 2 ages are the day of Brahma. And Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga are the night of Brahma. In the beginning of the day of Brahma, the souls come from their subtle form, from that Brahma element, they come from the subtle form and take the support of the physical nature. So, beautiful science is explained in such a lucid manner. So, they come from that element of Brahma, from that subtle form, and take the support of the physical nature. And when it is the end of the night of Brahma, that is the end of Kali Yuga, all souls start to transcend from the physical to the subtle form again. Because the world has to go through a transformational period and the golden era has to come again. So, all this population cannot come back in that age, because if in golden age also there is so much of population, there will be so much of trouble. So who comes in the golden age, which he has mentioned? Out of the thousands, those who try to know me, and out of those, very few who realize me. Those realized souls who have taken the protection and shelter of the Supreme, they get the right to his inheritance. Because the golden age and silver age is the inheritance of the Supreme, which those souls who are worthy, they get. Not everyone. Those unworthy souls who do not even perform charitable actions, does not perform elevated actions, how can they reap that inheritance? It is according to the actions we do, we get the fruit of the action. So heavenly kingdom is also the fruit of the elevated action which we perform on the directions of the Supreme, the Srimad of Bhagavad. When we perform the actions on the basis of the Srimad of Bhagavad, that is when we claim the right to that kingdom, to that world. So that is why it is mentioned in Bible also, Genesis chapter 1, that God made man in his own image. That means at the time of Kali Yuga, when man was existing, that is the time when God descends and he makes man in his own image. That is, as God is the embodiment of perfection, those souls, those human souls, that man who transforms himself on the basis of elevated action, they attain that stage of perfection. And those souls only claim the right to the heavenly kingdom. So this is how the cycle of the Kalpa is rotating. The day and night of Brahma is moving on, which very less people understand, even after reading Gita for years. And then he says, but other than this, there is one subtle eternal nature which never gets destroyed. Even when all 5 elements get destroyed, which I said it's the connecting part between the physical 5 elements of nature and the Brahma element. So that subtle nature is what God is talking about. But other than this, there is one subtle eternal nature which never gets destroyed. Even when all 5 elements get destroyed, it is the highest imperishable abode beyond the physical as well as the subtle stage. And then he's talking about the Brahma element. This is my Paramdham, the highest abode where I dwell, where he constantly lives. And at the time of irreligiousness, he descends from there. Yada yada hi dharmasya. So that is the place where he dwells. So this is the 3 worlds. When we say God is the Lord of the 3 worlds. So which are those 3 worlds? Some people feel Patal Lok, Prithvi Lok and that Brahma element. No. It is this world of 5 elements. Then there is a subtle region where the 3 deities reside, Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, from where they create the new world order. They destroy, Shankar destroys, and Vishnu sustains. So from that region they function. And God, the Supreme, is the dweller of that supreme abode, Paramdham. So that is where I dwell. And then further in the end of this chapter, he clarifies that there are 2 paths to go away from this world. When the night of Brahma is over, when Kali Yuga is about to get over, and the new dawn is to begin, that is the time when all the souls would go. But how would they go? Everybody would not be liberated in the same manner. Those who have elevated themselves, they go through the path of light. And those who were indulged in Maya, they go through the path of darkness. So, these are the 2 paths through which they go. The ones who go through the path of light, they do not have to go through any of the Dharmaraj punishments, because they have naturally elevated in this last birth. So when they are elevated, they go through the path of light and go